where we're from, I've never been a center of attraction. I don't like attention, actually. I don't like attention until tomorrow. But when I go to Turkey, they didn't have, or they don't, back then, they didn't have so many dark-skinned people. Like literally, people will stop and stare. And then back then, I had an afro. I had my hair out in afro. So people would just stop and stare. People would ask for pictures, and I'm like, what is happening? An old woman will come and grab my hand and try to see if the color is coming off. You want to get angry at them, but you look at this person, she's so sweet, she's so old. Not that she's being
Yeah.
biased or anything, she just doesn't know any better. So that was really
Yeah.
confusing for me at first. Yeah.
Wherever you're watching us from, whatever time zone you are in, this is Diaspora, the Kenyan connection. Today, on this particular episode, I'm joined by an amazing lady, very talented, beautiful lady who travels across the globe. She's been to more than, I don't know, she's going to tell us number of countries across this kind of the world. One minute, like sometimes I'm following her up and she's in Singapore. The next she's she's in Greece. The next she's in Miami. The next she's in New York. And then you wonder so what is happening around this place. So she's going to share her experiences in her travels. Her name is Adeti Maina. Welcome, Adeti.
Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you. Nice to be here with you today.
The last time we met was when you were graduating, back in 2012.
2012. Oh,
Wow.
so that's 10 years ago.
Time flies. I mean, 10 years
10 years
have already
ago.
gone. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like a very, wow, a decade. But then a lot of things in between. But looking at how I knew you from campus, and now it's like not much has changed on your end in terms of personality, but you don't think so much about life in terms of you're supposed to suffer.
It's the same. I haven't changed much in that sense. I still don't pressure myself too much into stuff. I just kind of go with the flow. So yeah, that's correct.
Actually, you're just from Colombo. How is Sri Lanka and now UAE? How is Dubai?
Oh, Sri Lanka is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. The people are so warm and amazing, and I don't know if it comes with being, third world countries. People in third world countries are really, really, really warm people compared to people in, first world countries. So Sri Lanka is beautiful, so green. Anyone who wants to do a vacation, Sri Lanka #1. Yeah, from Sri Lanka to Dubai, the weather is kind of the same. It was raining crazy in Sri Lanka yesterday. Dubai is also raining today, so today is kind of the same in terms of weather. But yeah, Sri Lanka is the place to be.
Oh, now and talking of Sri Lanka, there is a whole economic downtown over there. Things are not really really showing up for it. How is that? How is that now when you go to such a country?
I was there in November. I went for holiday for 2 weeks over there, and they are so strict, especially with their oil usage. Like our driver had to literally get a letter from the government to allow him purchase a particular amount of oil to take us around.
Like
Because
petrol in Holland.
yeah, they were going through an oil crisis and stuff, so they're kind of strict with it. The effects are not as bad as they were maybe last year, May. That was when it was really, really horrible. But now things are getting better. People are moving around. After they took showers in their state house and stuff, I think a few people were jailed for that. Yeah, things are kind of getting back to normal.
So and then now you back now in Dubai. So how is it over there?
Now I'm back in Dubai. I haven't even showered. That's why I still have lipstick on. Back in Dubai, I landed, I came straight home, and I was waiting for this interview because I knew if I start doing stuff, that's it. Once you leave the house, that's it. You lose this opportunity. Anyway, Dubai is, how do I describe Dubai? Dubai is beautiful and hectic.
How many countries have you been to?
Wow, I would say 50 plus. Could be more, but cannot be less. I would say 50 plus countries.
50 plus countries.
50 plus country. I would say, I think the only continent I haven't been to must be one of those, is it Antarctica or stuff? That's the only place
Oh,
I
the ones
haven't
that are just down there, like the
Yeah,
ones
down
where
there.
it's. Oh, wow.
Yes.
50 plus countries. I mean, like traveling to 50 plus countries.
Yeah.
Must be an amazing feeling. I mean, what are some of the things that you know, like maybe like encountered along the way?
It opens up your mind in a way. You start to appreciate the little things, like, the little things. I start to appreciate Kenyan. Every little thing that is Kenyan, I start to look at it from a different angle. Like you go to a place where things are so horrible, people do not even know how to say flush a toilet, and you're like, we are doing good. We are doing very good in Kenya. We could be in Africa, a third world country, a shithole country like Trump saying, but honestly, we are doing very, very well. Yeah, it opens up your mind. You start, the way you interact with people changes, because now it's because you meet someone and you might judge them from the first look, and then you talk to them and you realize this person is on another level. This person is so much higher than me, but they don't look like it. So you also start like looking at people in a different way. You give people a chance before you judge them or before you form opinions about them. Yeah, it changes how you view life and how you live life.
Do you have like a place that you call, like a patch? The way birds have a nest, they go all over and then they come back, or how does it work? Like, do you have a central place that is, this is the place now you go to, and then now you later on now go to the other places, and this is now your landing block?
Yeah, like that is Dubai for me. Like I have an apartment in Dubai, so I would I would go everywhere and anywhere, but I always come back to Dubai because now this is home. This is where everything is for me at the moment.
Oh, okay. So how did this all begin? Is this something that you always wanted to do? Like working from different places, and how did it come to be? So maybe if you could just take us through that journey. How did you end up in Dubai and then traveling, all these places in the world?
Funny enough, I was never one of those people who always wanted to go abroad. I was really satisfied with Kenya. I'm like, you know what, home is home. I'm gonna just stay here. And then after school, I think after campus, after the graduation and stuff, I started working. I worked for like 2 years, and I was like, I felt like I needed something new. So one of my friends was in Turkey. He was there doing his master's, and he's like, Adeti, you can apply for this like scholarship. I'm like, okay. I winged it. I applied for it. I got it. Funny enough, I went to Turkey. I was in Turkey for like almost 2 years for my master's. And then one day my friend, it's Kenyan, my friend, because he's like, Adeti, this company is hiring here. Come, let's go. He wanted the job, but I ended up getting the job. So I found myself in Dubai. I actually left Istanbul straight to Dubai. I called my mom, like, Mom, I'm moving to Dubai. My mom is like, what? What do you mean you're moving to Dubai? I'm like, I've gotten a job. She's like, you're quitting school? I'm like, yes. Like, no, because she made noise. Yeah, but and then I came to Dubai. That's how I got here.
If you just go back a little bit, so here you are, you've left Kenya, and then now you end up in Istanbul, Turkey. What are some of the culture shocks? Like you get over there, and probably there must be like things that you are thinking, wow, okay, this is done differently here.
Where we're from, I've never been a center of attraction. I don't like attention, actually. I don't like attention until tomorrow. But when I go to Turkey, they didn't have, back then they didn't have so many dark-skinned people. Like literally people will stop and stare. And then back then I had an afro. I had my hair out in afro. So people would just stop and stare. People would ask for pictures, and I'm like, what is happening? An old woman will come and, grab my hand and try to see if the color is coming off. You want to get angry at them, but you look at this person, she's so sweet, she's so old. Not that she's being biased or anything, she just doesn't know any better. So that was really confusing for me at first. Yeah.
It's very interesting. Like when you're talking about, like, especially now when you go to a place where even your skin color becomes, like a center of attraction. I saw the other day, Larry Madowo, another Kenyan who works with CNN, had shared this story where he went to India and some remote village in India, and a lot of people, just came to him and they were touching him, like.
The first reaction we're gonna get is like offense. You're like, do they think I'm dirty? But then
Yeah.
you look at them and you know how sweet someone is, and you realize they actually just do not know. They have never seen a dark-skinned person. So how do you even get angry at such a person? You can't. Yeah, the first reaction is offense, and then you're like, you kind of get over it very quickly. But then there's the other aspect, sorry to cut you. There's the other aspect where now in the big cities, they would associate like dark-skinned women, they always, sexualize us. They see dark-skinned women, they think prostitute. Because there's that aspect of these big cities as well, where many black ladies go to work. And now you'll have someone ask you how much. Like my first time someone asked me how much, and I'm like, yeah, they asked me in Turkish. I'm like, how much what? He's like, how much? I'm like, what? I'm not selling anything. And then you realize, oh my God, he was trying to ask me how much I am for. And you're like,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that must feel some sort of way. I don't know.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Yeah.
Did you miss home?
Oh, I did. Until today, I always miss the food at home. Avocados. I cannot live without avocado. I'm like addicted, and it has to be Kenyan avocados. Otherwise, it's not good enough. Food. You just can never replace ugali and nyama choma. It's impossible. And sukuma wiki, it's impossible. You eat so much. You try the pap from South Africa, you try fufu from West Africa, but ugali just hits differently. Yeah.
Like you just miss your ugali. There's also like these other, like a whole kind of something that is really popular with guys in diaspora, especially Kenyans in diaspora, like Farmer's Choice sausages. I never thought I would miss sausages.
You never thought you would miss sausages. That's the thing. Every time I come home, I have a list of people want things. And people ask for sausages, Blue Band. I'm like, who even still uses Blue Band in 2023? You can get butter, but they're just addicted. It's that taste that takes them back to maybe their childhood or something, which we just crave. Yeah. So Farmer's Choice sausages, Blue Band. What is of course unga ugali. Those are always like on a shopping list somewhere. People love those things.
Now, just coming back to the fact that now you've left Istanbul, so you are in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and you get a job over here. So is this why is this job that gives you these opportunities to travel across these countries? Are you like a digital nomad?
My job is I work during the travel. So I'm coming from here to Nairobi. I am working during that time between Dubai and Nairobi. Once I get to Nairobi, I'm not working. And then again, I'm working back. So I'm not a digital nomad because I need to be there. I need to. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm working during the flight.
So like a lot of guys. I know like there are so many young men and women who like when they think about, especially now, like working on planes and across planes, maybe as flight attendants or crew in on those destinations, and they feel like this is actually like really something they would want to do. Is it?
It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job like physically, but mentally it's kind of easy. It doesn't drain you. You don't have like goals to reach. You don't have all that, but then physically it drains you. So if someone wants to get into someone wants to get into this, will I advise them to? You need to be a very patient person, because dealing with people is not easy. You need to be extremely patient. Like, your zen, your chi need to be together, because people are gonna test you, and it's an industry where it's so much customer oriented. Like, you miss up something once, you are gone. They don't joke about their customer experience. You are literally gone. So if you're not a patient person, you might slap someone and you might be sued.
Maybe if you could just share, maybe from your personal experiences, like, and it could be yours or someone else's, a nasty experience, like in that particular job.
Yeah, there's been I don't want to say story, but there's been an incident where someone was, spat on. I'm like, what would be your reaction if someone spits on you?
Wow.
Exactly. It's natural. Like, she was spat on, she got up angry and she slapped the guy. Like, that's a natural reaction. She slapped the guy, and then she got in trouble. Because you are supposed to exercise some next level form of self-control. So yeah, a lot of stuff do happen, a lot of bad things, a lot of things that people might not get away with happen, but then it's crazy. There are issues of sexual harassment, there are issues of just physical violence, like people punching each other. A lot happens.
You love finer things in life. You go to these places, you explore places, and all that. Which is your favorite country?
I love Turkey.
What? Turkey?
Yeah, I love Turkey.
Oh wow! Surprise.
I don't know. I love that place. It has so much. It has everything: history, culture, social scene, food, a lot. Beaches, okay, not safaris, but it has a lot to offer. So Turkey is my number one country. If not Turkey, maybe somewhere in Asia, but those tiny countries. Take me to Cambodia or somewhere in the village and leave me there, I'll be okay. Yeah, but Turkey is my favorite country in the list.
The other day you are in Ghana and you're really having a blast in Ghana. and I remember when we were chatting and I was telling you the experiences are different.
The experiences are different. You didn't enjoy it so much.
And just maybe like on the same, and Ghana is like at the moment experiencing almost something similar to another country that you've just been to like Sri Lanka. It's almost going through what Sri Lanka is going through. How is it over there, like in reality? Yeah?
I was talking to someone when I was there. I met someone, kind of a member of parliament from one of the constituencies in Accra, actually. And I was asking, because it was after the former president of Ghana talked about Ghana is going bankrupt, and you're like, a whole former president saying a whole country is going bankrupt. That is serious. So I was asking him, like, what's with that? And he was explaining to me it was because I think people that had purchased bonds and stuff, like the government could not, pay them after their whatever had matured and stuff. So, but of late, since 2 months ago, their cedi, their currency has really been doing very, very well. It's been rising and rising and rising. You're like, okay. No, I don't think Ghana is in trouble. That's it. I don't think it's in trouble.
Yeah, okay.
Because the cedi is doing quite well. They get, every December, they get lots of Black Americans who believe Ghana is the only place to party in Africa. It's different from Nairobi, yes. Ghana gives me more of Dar es Salaam vibes when it comes to partying. They party in a way that they party to have fun. Tanzanians party to have fun. Kenyans party to black out. That's,
Refer to blackout.
We drink to blackout. But these people, just enjoy like the social scene, just meeting up, having a drink and talking and music. Kenyans, we meet, we drink, we sleep.
So, and talking of partying, so is Ghana your favorite destination, like for partying?
Honestly, I wasn't sure until you asked about it, and I've tried to compare in my head, and I would think, Ghana, Dar es Salaam, then maybe Nairobi. Africa, I only love partying in Africa, funny enough.
Like your favorite places are back home in Africa, in terms of this. Is it something to do with the connection that you feel, or is it
chances are it's because of the connection that I feel, because somewhere like Miami is good, but then being a Kenyan or being an African, I'll always do that conversion. I'm like, me buying a glass of margarita for $30, like 3,000 Kenyan shillings for one glass. It just kills the vibe. The kind of partying they do, like I love dancing. Yeah, the kind of music that they may play in these places, not the music that I can dance. I'm not gonna dance to house music. I'm not gonna dance to trance. I don't even know how to do that. So with Afrobeats, I can dance the whole night and just drink one drink, but enjoy the music. Yeah. Dubai, of course, there are clubs that only cater to Kenyans, only cater to Kenyans, because they play like Kenyan music and Afrobeats. So that's a given.
There's maybe on a little bit more serious things, a bit. The current regime, so the government in Kenya, that is, has started this ministry, like the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They've given like a whole department to Diaspora, so to just deal with matters of Kenyans in diaspora. Oh, and our show is actually Diaspora, the Kenyan connection. So, what do you think? Do you think like what are the things that you probably would want the Kenyan government or like this particular department to tackle on behalf of, like for you as someone who is in Kenya, a Kenyan living in the diaspora?
Yeah, like I think from the moment I go to Turkey, the one thing that you could say about Kenya is that I don't want to say we do not have that unity, but we didn't have that, a place where we could all meet. Like most of these countries, each student that I was with in Turkey, their embassy knew they were there. They had this frequent communication with their embassy and stuff. Kenyans did not have that. If something happened to this student, their embassies were aware. But Kenyans did not have that. Like Kenya, even in Dubai, the only time I've been to the Kenyan embassy is when I was going to do my passport. I don't think they even know I'm here. So, like the Kenyan government doesn't track its people, if that's the correct word. But on the other side, it could be good for us, because if they start tracking us, they'll start taxing us.
Oh, and you just talked about like Taki. Ambassador Lenny Boyo. I hope you're listening. So I hope you're listening. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Kenyan government, I hope you're also listening to this. But also just on the same, you see, like you're talking about the influence and the kind of like the influence that the Kenyans in diaspora have on their nation, Kenya, is so huge. I mean, like last year and the year, I think before last year, the Kenyans in diaspora contributed the highest forex exchange for Kenya than any other thing, any other industry. We are like the leading exporters of, among the leading exporters of tea and things like coffee and whatever in the world. But then none of these industries came close to the amount of money that Kenyans in diaspora remitted back home. Like 500 billion, close to, like that is huge sums of money. There must be a lot of money out there, is there?
There is a lot of money. The money is there. The money is there in different ways. Like I think as Kenyans we have, or generally as Africans, we have that culture where we have to send stuff home. Like most of these people from the Western countries do not have that. Like, I have to take care of my family. For them, they don't. It's your money, your mother's money. For me, my money is my mother's money somehow.
Yeah.
She doesn't ask for it, but I know it. She knows it.
Yeah, and it's true as you say about Africa, because it's not just even in Kenya. I saw the same statistics across African countries, Nigeria, Uganda. Like part of the biggest forex exchange they got in these years, like in the recent years, has been from their nationalities who are living away from those countries. Yeah, so which is a beautiful thing. So what are these? What would you tell someone probably like who is in maybe like wherever he is, like in an African country, and they would want to explore opportunities out of like out of their countries? What are these opportunities? Or like probably for yourself, you went as a student, and then other opportunities came. What are the opportunities out there?
Considering the amount of scams out there when it comes to job opportunities abroad, yeah, it's always my opinion that if you get an opportunity to go somewhere as a student, that's usually the best footing to start off abroad. But because there's so many scams, for people are made to pay so much money. People go into debt because they are trying to get to go to abroad for a job that's gonna pay you 60,000 Kenyan shillings. In Kenya, it's good money, but 60,000 Kenyan shillings in Dubai, that is not enough. You're going to suffer. So when I put that in mind, I would say if you get an opportunity to go out as a student, get whatever you are getting and start finding jobs and start getting to know the ins and outs of that country. I think that's the best way to get out of Kenya. But if you have a good job in Kenya, don't leave the job to go abroad. You'll just miss home.
Yeah, and talking about that, so Dubai now, where you're calling home, though you are always on the road. Not on the road, actually. Road might sound like an insult. Okay, you're always in the air.
You're always somewhere.
You're always in the air. So Dubai is like one state that has like some of the highest concentration of billionaires, one of the richest like places in the world in terms of resources, a lot of records broken, tallest building, I don't know, biggest highest swimming pool, all those records. Is it a place for watu hohe hai? Wanataka hohe hai kwa Kiswahili.
People actually survive out here. Dubai is a place where there's a restaurant you go to, say Nusret, Salt Bay, and spend easy $1,000. And then at the same place there is Mama Pima. Mama Pima, where you can go and have 100 shillings drinks. So as much as there is a fancy life, there's really the life where normal people, or even lower than normal people, survive. Because there are places where you can get very cheap food. You can eat a whole week for less than 100 dirham, which is 2,000 Kenyan shillings. That is cheap. There's a cheap life. You can survive on little money in Dubai. You will suffer, but you can survive. I think what makes a difference is that suffering in Kenya and suffering here will be different in the sense that suffering in Kenya, you could have your people around. In Dubai, you might find you're suffering alone,
you're alone.
Yeah, which is what's different. But you can survive on little money. You can survive on little. If you're not going to all these fancy places, you use the bus, which is the transport. The public transport network is quite good. You know where you eat. You can survive.
Okay. It's always like a really big pleasure, like just sharing these stories, experiences, traveling and experiencing different cultures, talking to different persons, meeting different people, and just talking about all these different activities and all these experiences that we have. So for our viewers, if you like this kind of content, please, I request you to subscribe down there. Follow Adeti Maina. Her handles are on the screen below there. And you can just get like ideas about all these experiences. So if this is the kind of content for you, then also subscribe to this channel, give us your comments on the link below. If you are a Kenyan living in diaspora, or you have like some sort of a connection to Kenya, maybe you're someone who is living in Kenya and you're not a Kenyan, you can also send us an email or comment in the comment section, and we'll reach out, and we can also share your experience. We can have a conversation with you. Tell us what is it that you feel about these your experiences, and share with the world, like your little space. Thank you so much, Adeti. This is Diaspora, the Kenyan Connection.